Improve posture exercises and number 3. And if you haven't done the first 2 yet, and please check them out, and I will put a link down below. All right, and if you're new to this channel, and my name is Taro Iwamoto. I am a Feldenkrais practitioner, and I help people recover from injuries and improve functions and athletic performance. And so on this channel, I share movement tips, strategies, and exercises that help you improve your functions and quality of life. So if you haven't subscribed yet, then please subscribe. All right, so let's get started. Okay, just like the first 2 times, and we're going to start with the scanning, okay? And you're going to find a space where you can lie down on the ground, and firm surface is preferred. So if you have a hardwood floor, and you can use the yoga mat or blanket to just to pad it up, and carpeted floor, that might be good too, all right? And so once you find a place, we're going to start just lying down on the ground and scanning our bodies in contact, and then we'll get started with the exercise. So let's find a space to lie down. All right, I'm going to move my mats over here. All right, so first the legs are straight. If that's okay for your back. If not, then you can have your legs bent to make it more comfortable for your back. All right, and also another thing, if you need some support underneath the head, then feel free to use a pad or a towel, blanket, anything to make it comfortable for your neck. Okay. Otherwise, you can just lie down flat on the ground. That's fine too. And have your arms by your side comfortably, not too close together or not too wide apart. So just have your arms just out to the side. And it'll take this just a couple minutes to feel how your body's contacting the ground. And so feel the pelvis first. Feel the right side of the pelvis and feel the left side of the pelvis and the difference between two sides. And notice how the right side touches the ground and how the left side touches the ground, and the difference. Which side feels closer to the ground. It's often the side, and one side has more weight into the ground and feels closer. It is closer to the ground. So just take a moment to notice which side has more weight, which side is closer to the ground. And then the next, feel the space behind your back. How much space is the arch behind your back, and you can just use your mind's eyes and feel and sense the contact, and how high is the arch, how long is the arch, and feel how the spine connects to the ground, touches the ground, and what part of the spine clearly touches the ground, and what part of the spine it has no contact or very little contact. And just slowly scan the weight of the spine along the entire length of the spine, starting from the low back and then work your way up towards the neck. Okay. And there's a space behind your neck, and notice the length of the arch and the space and the height of the space. And finally, feel the head. How is the head touching? And also how your shoulders are touching the floor, touching the ground. What part of the shoulders are making contact with the ground. And once you know your contact, then come up to sit. Actually, come to lie on your stomach. Okay, so you're going to lie on your stomach with the forehead down on the mat. Okay, and you can stack your hands and you can rest your forehead on the backs of your hand. And from there, and begin to lift your head away from the ground a little bit and down. Okay? And notice how your head lifts away from the ground and how much of work and effort does it take to lift your head away from the ground. Do it about 5 times. And after that, I'm going to move my hands away from the floor and in front, and then put my forehead on the floor. And next, interlace your hands and put your hands behind your head while the head is touching the ground. Forehead is touching the ground. Okay. As you're lying down with the face down, be sure to lengthen the back of your neck so your nose is not pushing into the floor. So be sure to lengthen the neck, the back of your neck. Okay. Your nose is not pushing into the floor. And then take your hands, interlace your hands, and put your hands behind your head. And then slowly from there, begin to raise your elbows away from the ground. Okay, so do this movement about 10 to 15 times. And when you do that, when you raise your elbows away from the ground, and be sure not to press your hands into the head so that you increase in the pressure of the head into the floor. Okay, make sure you don't do that. So the hands are not pushing into the head while you're raising the elbows, which means you have to use your movement. You have to use the muscles behind, around your shoulder blades and your back, mid-back. Okay, to lift your elbows away from the ground. So I'll do it again. I'll do it 5 times so you can watch. It is also important that you don't hold your breath. So pay attention to your breathing when you lift your elbows. And so you continue to maintain your normal breathing rate. All right. And so the next part, and you do the same movement first without pushing your hands into the back of your head, lifting your elbows, okay, and both elbows away from the ground, so that your arms, the 2 arms, are parallel to the ground. If possible, if that's too hard, do the best you can. And once you raise both elbows, you keep your elbows lifted, and then begin to roll your head. Okay, and begin to roll your head to the left side so that your face will turn to the right. Okay, using your hands. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, I'll do 5 times. You can see what it looks like. Lift your elbows and keep the elbows up, and using your hands, using my hand, and rolling my head to the left so my face starts to turn towards the right side. And begin to roll my head back to the middle. I do it 5 times. try doing this movement, rolling the head with your hands. So that's the key. So you're not rolling your head using your neck, you're using your hands to roll your head. Okay, so the head turns passively. Okay, so not making any effort in your neck muscles. Okay, so you really have to find the muscles in your shoulder blades, in your back, and in order to roll your head easily. Okay, and after you're done in one direction, and then you're going to now go to the other direction. So turn, roll your head to the right, so that face turns to the left. Okay, I'll do 5 times, but you can do 10 to 15 times in each direction. Okay, and that's it. After you're done, you roll onto your back. Arms by your side, legs long, and scan your contact once again and feel any difference in the way that your pelvis makes a contact with the ground, the way that the spine touches the ground, and any change in the space behind your back, any change space behind your neck. Notice any changes. Okay. After you notice any changes, and then you come up to sit on the ground, or you can stand. Okay. And as you're sitting or standing naturally and comfortably, and feel any difference in your body, in your posture, without making any conscious effort to change anything, but just as you're sitting and standing, and notice any changes in your posture. And that's it. So just to quickly go over the exercises again. So the first, we started with the scanning of the body, lying down on the ground and feel the contact of your pelvis, your back, your spine, the whole length of the spine, and how the head touches the ground, right? And once you finish with the scanning, and then you roll over to the stomach. You're lying down on your stomach, face down, right? And then the first movement we did, actually, I had my head resting on the backs of my hands. Then I lifted my head a few times, okay, 5 times and 5 to 10 times. Right? And after you're done that, and then the next, your face, your forehead is down on the ground. Interlace the hands. Hands behind your head. Okay. As you lie down on your stomach, you interlace your hands behind your head and begin to lift your elbows away from the ground, and slowly, without holding your breath, without changing your breathing, and let your elbows come down to the floor. As you lie down, you did it about 10 times. Okay, you do 10 to 15 times. Okay? And without pushing your head into the back of your hand, without pushing your hands into the back of your hand. So you have to use the muscles of your back, your mid-back, your shoulder blade muscles to lift your elbows away from the ground. Okay? And those are the muscles we don't engage and use enough during the day, so it's really helpful to find those muscles. Okay? And to teach your brain and teach the nervous system that those muscles can actually work and do something for our posture. Okay, so after we've done 10 to 15 times of doing this motion, and then you can rest, put your arms down by your side, lying down on your stomach and rest a little bit, and then when you're ready, come back. I'm still lying down on my stomach. I'm just showing you the sitting right now, but then put your hands, interlace your hands behind your head once again, and lift your elbows away, and then this time you keep your elbows lifted away from the floor, and then using your hands and keeping your head and neck passive and relaxed, and begin to roll your head to the left side so the face turns towards the right, while elbows are lifted away from the ground, and then roll the head back to the middle. And did that 10 to 15 times these directions. Rest, and then lift, and go to the other direction. Roll the head to the right, so the face turns to the left. Okay. Important again not to hold your breath. So pay attention to your breathing. And after you've done it 10 to 15 times, slowly put your arms down by your side and then roll into your back and scan your contact. And notice changes in the way that the pelvis touches, in the way that the spine touches. And then you come up to sit or stand and feel how your posture has changed. Okay, and that's it. And this is the exercise, a very simple exercise. It takes a few minutes to do that. So just to give it a try, and then let me know what you think. All right, and thanks for watching. If you haven't watched the first two exercises yet, and again, I will put a link down below, and so you can watch them later. You don't have to do these 3 exercises in a sequence. You can start with in any order. You can start with this one, you can go back to the first one or the second one, it doesn't matter. However, if you're not used to lying down in your stomach, and that is maybe a little uncomfortable, then maybe it's a good idea to start with the first and the second one, and then you can do this one. All right? Okay, that's it, and thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.